This weekend, we will see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Washington football team face off in a playoff game I am super excited for. This is the first time the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have made the playoffs since 2007, and it is really the first time that I've seen us play in the playoffs. Tom Brady is super excited, and he does have a lot of experience in the playoffs, and that is going to help us out a ton. Today, I'm going to be breaking down this playoff game and giving my analysis, giving my prediction for it, and who I think is going to come out on top by what score. Now, before we start the video, though, I want to say that I'm not going to be at all biased. This is going to be 100% based on facts. I have been speculating about this matchup for a long time, been doing a whole bunch of research. This is 100% not biased at all, so you cannot tell me otherwise. I am going to just lay out the facts, lay out what I see in this game, and exactly who I think is going to win based on my research. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do have a couple things going for them that I think are going to give them that edge over the Washington football team, but here are the things that is not going to help them at all. Currently, we have on the Rona list, I can't say it because this video will get taken down, we have Devon White and Shaq Barrett. Now, these are two of our huge playmakers on defense, and against a Washington offense, we definitely need to have some guys to be able to combat some of those better players, especially Devon White. He is constantly making plays on the football, creating turnovers, creating sacks. He is somebody that we really need to have, and he is one of the top guys on our defense. It's going to hurt to not have him, especially because if this game were to be played on Sunday, like the other half of the games, he would have been able to participate because their quarantine would have been over. Shaq Bear is one of our best pass rushers and always gets after the quarterback, creating pressure, sacks, and he led the league in sacks last year. His difference is his impact is just enormous. It helps us out so much, and it creates a lot of turnovers for our secondary after rushed and hurried throws from quarterbacks. Now, with that said, the Washington offense is not superb. They've gone through some quarterback changes in the last few years. Their offense is constantly changing. The players are not too much in sync because they haven't been together for that long. Their offense is not great. You look at the numbers, it's not. You can't really argue that their offense has not been great this season, especially against some very bad NFC East defenses. The Cowboys defense they played, the Eagles defense. There's been some bad defenses they played, but still they were not able to put up fantastic numbers. They do have a couple of good guys, Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson. Those are both very fantastic players that definitely have a potential, definitely have a future in the league. But they are not enough, I don't think, to spark this offense. Although the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is a little bit shorthanded, I still think we're going to absolutely shut them down. I think that we're going to be all over their passes, getting after the quarterback. This is going to be a landslide win, I think, for the defense. The defense is going to completely take over the Washington offense. I think it's going to be all our game on defense. Now for the other side of the ball, on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive side, we have Tom Brady, who has a ton of experience in playoff games. If you've watched the channel before, you know how much I value experience, especially come playoff time. This is going to be huge for us when he shows up and he knows exactly what to do. He's been here before. He's done this so many countless times. This is a bit of a different system, but it's still going to be pretty much the same. Playoff game, season on the line, Tom Brady's going to show up. Tom Brady's going to get us this win. Another bad thing going for the Bucs offense, though, is Mike Evans. Mike Evans suffered kind of a knee injury. When you looked at it, it looked like an ACL injury at first, but it was just proven by Bruce Arians that it is not an ACL injury. It's just a minor structural damage. He could be back, they're saying, for the game. He did practice this Thursday, but I would say he's probably not going to play. He's day-to-day right now, but when they're day-to-day, I know he wants to play, and this is his first career playoff game. But I just think that we're probably going to save him. But if he does decide to play, and I am wrong, that they will definitely pull him whenever our league grows too big or whenever we go down by too much. Because the last thing you want is a serious injury to our number one receiver, especially if we win this game. The last thing we want him to do is re-injure his knee and miss the divisional round of the playoffs. So I think that that's not going to affect us too much, though, because our receiving core is still very good. We have Tyler Johnson, Antonio Brown, we have Chris Godwin. We have a fantastic receiving core. Rob Gronkowski has gotten in sync with Tom Brady. He's gotten in sync with this offense, and he's been a real receiving threat these last couple of games. He's a serious deal for them to cover. It's going to be tough with all of our receivers. If we have Mike Evans, it would be a whole new story between having to guard AB, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and Rob Gronkowski. But still, I think that we will come out on top without Mike Evans. Our offensive line is not great. Our running game is not great. And although the Washington defense is very strong, and they definitely are a tough defense to run against, I think that we will be able to pass effectively. Our running game is weak a little bit. Our offensive line has not been stellar this season. We did make a couple of good additions, including our first-round draft pick, Tristan Wirfs. However, our offensive line is still not to the place we would like it to be, and our running game is going to suffer for it. So I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will come out on top with this game simply because they have had much harder road to the playoffs. We've played some very good teams. We've played the Kansas City Chiefs, the Green Bay Packers, the Saints twice. We played the Vikings, the Bears. We played a lot of pretty good teams. Where the Washington football team really have not. They have played a lot of bad NFC East teams, including the Giants, the Eagles, and the Cowboys. They did not win all those games, and they did not have the offensive production against some very bad defenses. And because ours is better, I don't imagine they'll have great production here. So my score prediction for this game is going to be 26-17 in favor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I will be saying we will be moving on to the divisional round. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It's free. It helps me out a lot, and you guys get playoff content delivered directly to your subscription inbox. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.